Imagine digging in your backyard on a quiet sunny afternoon, and suddenly, your shovel hits something glassy. You wipe the dirt away, only to uncover a giant bottle. But what's inside isn't treasure, gold, or even a message. It's a man, a real man, alive, moving, and begging for help. His name is Kola, and this discovery would change everything you thought you knew about reality, friendship, and fate forever. It all started on a late summer afternoon. Michael, a 32-year-old construction worker, had recently moved into a new house on the outskirts of Lagos. The home was perfect, 2 stories, wide windows, and a garden that stretched into a green lawn. But Michael had one problem. He loved to fix things, and his curiosity always pushed him to dig, repair, or build. That day, he decided to expand a flower bed near the side of the house. With a shovel in hand, he worked steadily under the warm sun, whistling a tune his mother used to sing when he was a child. The ground was soft, freshly watered the night before. But about a foot down, his shovel struck something hard. At first, Michael thought it was a buried pipe. But when he bent down and brushed away the soil, what he saw froze his hands. It was glass, thick, curved, and shining faintly under the dirt. At first, he thought it was an old jar or bottle left behind by the builders. But as more soil fell away, the outline became clearer. This was no ordinary bottle. It was enormous, at least 3 feet tall, sealed tightly with a cork. And inside, pressed against the glass, were 2 hands. Michael stumbled back, nearly dropping his shovel. His heart raced as he leaned in again, and that's when he saw it. Inside the bottle was a man. A living, breathing man. The man inside looked no older than 25, with sharp eyes and a calm but desperate face. His palms pressed against the glass, and his lips moved, forming words Michael couldn't hear. Michael's first instinct was to run. Surely, this was a hallucination. Maybe he was dehydrated. Maybe the sun was playing tricks. But when he wiped his eyes and looked again, the man was still there, trapped, banging softly on the glass. Attached to the outside of the bottle was a slip of paper, old and yellowed by time. On it, written in faded ink, was a single word, Kola. Michael whispered the name out loud. Kola. Instantly, the man inside stopped banging. He looked directly into Michael's eyes, and his lips formed the word, help. Michael staggered back, trembling. A million thoughts stormed his mind. Was this some ancient curse? A scientific experiment gone wrong? A prank? Or was it something far darker? Michael spent the next 30 minutes circling the bottle. It told him this was dangerous. But his heart couldn't ignore a human soul begging for freedom. The next morning, Michael sought advice. He visited an elderly neighbor, Mama Abney, who had lived in the area for over 60 years. When Michael described what he found, her face turned pale. "You must bury it again," she whispered, clutching her rosary. "Why?" Michael asked, frustrated. "Because not every prison holds the innocent," Mama Abney said gravely. "There are spirits, dark ones, that wear the faces of men. They beg, they plead, but once released, they bring destruction." Michael swallowed hard. But what if he's telling the truth? Mama Abney's eyes glistened with sorrow. "Then it is not for you to decide. Some doors, once opened, can never be closed again." Her words burned in Michael's mind. But when he returned home and saw Kola's pleading eyes, his resolve began to crumble. For days, Michael wrestled with the decision. He stopped going to work. He barely ate. All he could think about was the man in the bottle. Kola grew weaker each day, his movements slower, his voice softer. "Please, Michael, I'm dying." Finally, on the 5th night, Michael couldn't take it anymore. He grabbed his hammer and stood before the bottle. "This is insane," he whispered. "But I can't just leave you like this." Kola's face lit up with hope. Yes, yes, break the seal. Free me." Michael raised the hammer, then froze. The purple veins of light across the glass pulsed faster, almost alive. A voice deep inside Michael's mind whispered, "Don't." He hesitated, but then he swung. The hammer struck the cork with a deafening crack. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the ground trembled. The bottle glowed blindingly bright, purple lightning racing across its surface. Kola screamed, not in fear, but in triumph. Yes, yes. The cork blasted off, and the glass dissolved into dust. Michael shielded his eyes as a wave of energy knocked him back. When he looked up, Kola was standing before him, free. But he was no longer the man Michael had seen inside the bottle. His eyes glowed with fire, his body crackling with dark energy. His smile was wide, menacing. Finally, Kola whispered, "After centuries, I'm free." Michael staggered back. What are you?" Kola's laugh echoed like thunder. "I was no victim, Michael. I was a king, a sorcerer who defied the gods themselves. They feared my power, so they trapped me. And now, thanks to you, I walk the earth again." Michael's heart sank. Mama Abney's warning echoed in his ears. He had unleashed something terrible. Kola's eyes narrowed. You were the key. Only someone pure of heart could open my prison. For that, Michael, I will spare you. For now." With that, Kola vanished in a flash of purple light, leaving only scorched earth behind. The world changed after that night. Storms raged unexpectedly. Crops withered. Strange plagues spread across villages. People whispered of a dark figure seen wandering at night, his eyes burning with fire. Michael knew it was Kola, and he knew it was his fault. He tried to warn people, but no one believed him. To them, he was just a madman rambling about bottles and curses. Only Mama Abney believed. "You cannot undo what has been done," she said sadly. "But you can fight. The one who frees the darkness must also be the one to stop it." Michael swore then and there that he would find Kola, and in the chaos Michael left his home, carrying only his shovel and his courage. He followed the trail of destruction, always one step behind Kola. The journey took him through forests, deserts, and abandoned villages. Each place bore the scars of Kola's power. But Michael never gave up, for he knew one thing. He had opened the prison, and only he could close it. And so began Michael's true life story, a story